The night it happened was cold enough to make the city feel cruel. Streetlights flickered like tired eyes, and the sidewalks carried the quiet heaviness of people who had already given up for the day. That was when a small voice, trembling but desperate, cut through the noise of traffic and indifference. A child's plea, full of fear and hope at the same time, stopped one exhausted man in his tracks and set in motion a chain of events no one could have imagined. By the next morning, powerful men would be shaken, secrets would be exposed, and a single father's life would change forever. Before you go any further, take a moment. If you believe in kindness, in second chances, and in the idea that one brave act can change everything, please like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps keep stories like this alive. That man was Adam, a single father who had learned how to survive on very little. Life had stripped him down layer by layer over the years. He had lost his wife to illness, his savings to hospital bills, and his sense of security to a world that rarely showed mercy. What remained was his daughter, Lily, a 7-year-old girl with tired eyes and a heart too gentle for the struggles she had already seen. Adam worked long hours at a warehouse during the day and cleaned offices at night. His body ached constantly, but he carried on because every step he took was for her. He had promised himself that no matter how broken he felt, Lily would never feel alone. That evening, Adam and Lily were walking home from the bus stop. Lily's small hand was wrapped tightly around his finger, her other arm clutching a worn backpack that held her schoolbooks and a single apple saved for later. They passed by an alley they usually avoided, but construction had blocked their usual route. As they hurried through, Adam noticed 2 men standing near a woman who was pressed back against the wall. Her posture was defensive, her face pale with fear. The men were well-dressed, confident in the way people are when they believe no one will challenge them. Adam felt his stomach tighten. He knew that look. He had seen it too many times, the look of power mixed with cruelty. His instinct was to keep walking. He had a child to protect, rent overdue, a body too tired to fight. The world had taught him that stepping in often came with consequences he could not afford. But before he could move past, Lily stopped. She looked up at him, her eyes wide, reflecting the fear she sensed in the woman's body language. Her grip tightened, and her voice broke through his hesitation. "Daddy, please help her. She sounds scared." In that moment, Adam felt something shift inside him. The exhaustion, the fear, the calculations of risk all faded beneath the weight of that simple request. He looked at his daughter and realized that whatever he chose next would teach her something about the kind of world they lived in and the kind of people they were meant to be. He stepped forward, placing Lily gently behind him, his heart pounding so loudly he could hear it in his ears. Adam's voice was steady despite the storm inside him. He positioned himself between the men and the woman, his posture calm but unyielding. The men laughed at first, dismissive and amused by the idea that someone like him would interfere. One of them shoved Adam hard enough to knock the breath from his lungs. Pain shot through his ribs, and for a split second, fear surged. He thought of Lily standing behind him, watching everything. He forced himself to stay upright, refusing to back down. The confrontation escalated quickly. One man tried to intimidate him further, stepping closer, invading his space. Adam didn't throw punches like a trained fighter. He didn't have strength or skill on his side. What he had was determination fueled by love. He used his body to block, to push, to create just enough chaos for the woman to slip away. When one man lunged, Adam stumbled but managed to grab a metal rod lying near the construction site. He held it up not to attack, but as a warning that he would not be easy to break. The noise drew attention. A car slowed. A passerby stopped. The men realized eyes were on them now. Their confidence cracked, replaced by irritation and the awareness that their control was slipping. With a final shove, they backed away, muttering threats before disappearing into the night. Adam collapsed to his knees as the adrenaline drained from his body. The woman was gone, but she was safe. Lily rushed to him, wrapping her arms around his neck, tears streaming down her face. Adam held her tightly, his own hands shaking, knowing how close he had come to failing her and how close he had come to teaching her the wrong lesson. That night, Adam barely slept. His body throbbed with bruises, and his mind replayed the scene over and over. He worried about retaliation, about missing work if his injuries worsened, about how fragile their life really was. Yet beneath the fear, there was something else, a quiet sense of pride. He had done what he believed was right, not because it was easy, but because it was necessary. What Adam did not know was that someone else had been watching. Across the street, from the back seat of a car, sat a man whose life was defined by boardrooms, contracts, and numbers that most people could not even imagine. He was the CEO of a powerful corporation, a man used to control and distance. He had seen the entire incident unfold by chance while his driver waited for a traffic light. He watched as a tired-looking father stepped into danger without hesitation, driven not by ego or recognition, but by a child's faith in him. That image stayed with him long after the car drove away. The next morning, Adam woke before dawn, his ribs stiff and sore. He prepared Lily's breakfast, walked her to school, and then headed to work as if nothing extraordinary had happened. To the world, he was invisible again, just another man trying to get through the day. But fate was already moving. By mid-morning, his supervisor called him into the office, confusion written all over his face. A visitor was asking for him by name. Adam's heart sank, fear rising that the men from the alley had found him. Instead, he was led to a quiet conference room where a well-dressed man stood waiting. The CEO introduced himself not with arrogance, but with genuine respect. He explained that he had witnessed everything the night before and had spent the entire evening unable to stop thinking about it. He spoke about how rare it was to see real courage, the kind that comes without cameras or applause. He told Adam that he had investigated quietly, learning about his life, his work ethic, and the struggles he faced as a single father. Adam listened, overwhelmed, unsure whether this was real or some kind of test. The CEO made it clear that this was not charity, it was recognition. He offered Adam a stable job within his company, one that came with fair pay, benefits, and hours that would allow him to be present for his daughter. He also promised to ensure the woman from the alley received support, having already arranged resources through his foundation. The CEO said that witnessing Adam's choice had reminded him of values he himself had nearly forgotten. Tears filled Adam's eyes, not because of the opportunity alone, but because, for the first time in years, someone had seen him, not as a burden, not as a statistic, but as a man who mattered. He thought of Lily, of her small voice asking him to help, and realized that her belief in kindness had changed all of their lives. As the days passed, Adam's world slowly transformed. The weight of constant fear began to lift. Lily noticed the change first, the way her father smiled more, the way his shoulders seemed less heavy. Adam never told her all the details, but he made sure she understood one thing. That night, her compassion had been the bravest act of all. Before this story ends, please take a moment to comment below. Share what you would have done in Adam's place, or tell us about a time kindness changed your life. Your words matter more than you know. In a world that often rewards silence and looking away, one tired father chose to stand still and step forward. His bravery did not come from strength or status, but from love and the simple belief that no one should face fear alone. If this story touched your heart, if it reminded you that even small voices can spark big change, please like, share, and engage with this video. Your support keeps these stories alive, and together, we can keep believing that kindness still has the power to change everything.